What's up, everybody? It is day 104 of recording every single day until 2025. Today's topic: take a break. Take a break. I say this with full confidence, and I say this because it's so important, and I hope that anyone who is listening listens to me well. Take a break. We want to rush our lives so much all the time. We're constantly looking at ways on how to speed it up or how to just go through the motions faster. But please tell me a time where that has ever benefited you. Maybe in the short term of things, rushing a process turned out well for you, right? Because you were able to get it done faster. But if you're getting it done faster, is it getting done as well as if you would have taken your time with it? Are you now stressing yourself too much to the point where the work that you put in didn't really amount to what it should have? And I'm saying this because it's something that I've struggled with. And honestly, I feel like I'm in a season right now where my life has slowed down dramatically. If you don't know me, I'm in nursing school and I had previously failed a nursing semester. And what that means is that it sets me back from my graduation day a whole year. It's very upsetting, very tragic to me, very frustrating because I finished school, high school, 6 months earlier than my normal graduation date. And then I took that time and worked my butt off. At work, I had three different jobs, and then I went straight into college. I quit two of those jobs, kept the one, and I was doing college and doing almost full time work at my job. And I was getting good, decent grades. I was getting my homework done, but I just was rushing it. And I got into the nursing program. I was rushing it, rushing it, rushing it, rushing it. And then I failed. It was the first class I've ever failed. I've never failed a class before. And when I did this time, honestly, I felt the clock on my life just take a break. Because I realized when I got that grade telling me that I needed to repeat that class, that there was nothing I could do to put myself back on track to graduate the time that I wanted to graduate, which would have been spring of 2025. So it would only be a couple months from now that I would have been done with college. But now that I failed that class, I'm not graduating until spring of 2026 instead of 2025. It was very tragic. I was very upset. Honestly, it put me into a little bit of a spiral. I was bummed out for a while, but God opened up so many different opportunities. And the thing that people kept telling me was that I just needed to slow down. Slow down. Slow down, slow down, slow down. And that's what I want to share. It's so important to just slow down. And here's why. When you're going so fast and you can't even see what's to the side of you or what's above you or even how fast your feet are going because you're just going so fast, you miss out on a lot. You miss out on the people that mean the most to you because you're going so fast, you don't care about their feelings. You don't care about what they think. You don't make it a priority to serve them how Jesus served others. And you end up hurting people. You end up missing out on a lot of things. You end up not prioritizing God because you're too focused in your run. And that's what happened with me. When I was in nursing school, I felt like that whole section of my life was honestly a blur. I didn't gain anything. There was no memories gained. Nothing was gained. But I lost so much time in my life because now I had to even repeat it because I was going too fast. I was going too fast. I wasn't obtaining the information. and I wasn't giving myself enough time to study because I was trying to pick up so many hours at work, and I failed. So, with that being said, please take a break. I want to read in Ecclesiastes today. If you have not read the book of Ecclesiastes, please do so. Chapter 3. I'm reading from verses 1 to 8 if you want to follow along. It says, the mystery of time. It says that there is an occasion for everything, a time for every activity under heaven, a time to give birth, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to uproot, a time to kill, and a time to heal, a time to tear down, and a time to build up, a time to weep, and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance, a time to throw stones, and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace, and a time to avoid embracing, a time to search, a time to count as lost, a time to keep, and a time to throw away, a time to tear, and a time to sow, a time to be silent, and a time to speak, a time to love, and a time to hate, a time for war, and a time for peace. There's time for everything. There's times where you're going to be moving fast. And then there's times where you need to be moving slow. And if you don't realize which season you're in and what speed you should be going, you are going to trip over your own laces because you never realized that your shoes were untied. Slow down. You're going to get there. You're going to reach that end goal. You're going to achieve the goals that you wanted to achieve. You're going to reach the dreams that you want to reach. But take your time. Don't rush it so much. Because when you rush it, sometimes you got to repeat it. Because you didn't do it right the first time. And that ends up slowing you down even further. Or it ends up slowing you down even more than what it would have if you would have just taken your time. If you would have just taken your time. I hope someone needed to hear that. I don't know. I felt like that's just what I wanted to share today. I'm not sure if it made too much sense. But please, if you're in a season that you're not sure what pace you should be going at, pray to God about it. There was multiple times where God spoke to me and he told me that I needed to slow down. And I did not listen. And I got what I deserved. I mean, God has blessed me. God has given me multiple opportunities. Now I get to go and visit my brother that I haven't seen in a year and some change. Now I get to go on this trip with my dad. Now I get to go on a mission trip to Greece with some friends and my girlfriend. And not that that's the main focus of the mission trip. I'm so glad I get to go on a mission trip to serve God ultimately. But now I get to do things that I could not have done if I was still in the nursing program, if I was enrolled at that time. So there's benefits to slowing down. God will bless you. God sees the work that you're putting in. I really don't think it matters how fast or how slow you do it, but it matters how well you do it. It matters how much work you do put in. And with the work that you put in, how well you did it. It's quantity over quality. I mean, it's quality over quantity, right? Care more about the quality of the product, not how much you have or how little you have. Focus on how good it is. If it's really worth what you're selling it for. That's all I got. Again, I'm sorry if that was very scattered and if it didn't make sense. Sometimes my brain runs faster than my mouth and words don't come out how they should. But I hope that someone needed to hear that. And I hope that you all are doing well and everyone's staying safe. I love y'all. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Adios.